Do you like shooting fools? Do you also like roller skating? Because if you do, I have the perfect game for you. It is called RollerDrome. Year is 2030. You're a participant in a new blood sport called RollerDrome, and your job is to make sure that you kill everything in sight on your way to fame and glory. It is a game that has been brought to you by a mysterious corporation called Matterhorn. You don't know a lot of what's going on, but you're checking out stuff and you're like, hey, I don't know if their intentions for me or the rest of the participants are actually for my benefit. It is a really cool setting for a game in which everything is flying at you at top speed. If you want to think about it in terms of gameplay, think about it as like Jet Set Radio meets My Friend Pedro. You're flipping through the air, you're doing all these cool tricks, you're shooting folks in all these different angles while you're hitting all these moves as a skater. And I have to say, the thing that brings this together in such a really amazing way is just how gorgeous this game looks and how fantastic it sounds. Besides all of the connective tissue that comes along with a really great story that we're not going to get into because I don't want to get into spoilers. But what I do want to say is just look at some of this gameplay. I had a blast with it. It has been so fun to get early access to this game because it has been something that I've been trying to play for a very long time. One of the things I thought was really interesting in the ways that this game works is that you have so many different options for the way you're able to finish a round. So the way it winds up working is you're going into all of these arenas. You're going in with a certain amount of challenges that you may have to complete to move into the next space. But before you do, you have to eliminate every enemy that's in the arena. So that means you can be going from a half pipe over to another ramp. You're shooting things that are above you, behind you, around you. But you're doing it with this really cool flair because it feels like you are in Jet Set Radio. You are grinding on things. You are flipping through different spaces. You're moving up and around a lot of different levels of verticality within the space, and it just feels so fantastic and fluid. You don't have a moment to spare, and you're always thinking about the next ways that you can kind of, get through a level faster, find new ways to get to enemies that you know that they're going to be in certain spots, and then it winds up changing itself up a lot because you're having all of these new and different kinds of not only weapons that you use to kind of get rid of some of the baddies, but also the baddies change. They have different kinds of tactics to wind up trying to kill you and eliminate you from the competition. It is a blast. It is super fun. It is gorgeous to look at. It is fun. It is kinetic. And I think the folks at Roll7 have done a fantastic job of getting you into the game, of making sure that your controls are not super complicated, but you feel just like such a badass when you wind up getting things to move in the ways that you had hoped. You get that one moment where you've gotten to shoot one person on one side of the map, you roll to another side, you do a really cool flip or do a really cool trick or a grind or a wall ride, and then you get to maneuver towards those other enemies and you shoot them, kill them, and pull them out of that particular arena. I think this is a game that you need to be checking out. It's dropping really soon. It's going to be dropping in the beginning of August or so. And I have to say, what has been keeping me going with this game has been not only that want to figure out new routes within the maps. The way that the maps change in terms of their visual aesthetic is gorgeous. It has this really cool and really fun, I wouldn't say cell shaded look, but it does have a cartoony look. It's like if you remember that game on PS2 called 13, where they had those comic panels and you were shooting. That game was a first person game. This one is in third person. You're shooting enemies within the space and you're kind of maneuvering and you got those pop-ups of the screen. But that visual aesthetic of that almost cell shaded look really pops in a game like this. I think the closest I can think of in terms of the way this game looks to another game that just came out is Sable. I would say Sable is a game, if you love that visual aesthetic, this game really pops in that way. Pull in that sci-fi 60s and 70s music and soundtrack as well, And my goodness, this game is fantastic and brilliant and really, really cool. We're only at the preview stage. We'll be doing a full review very, very soon. But I think this game is something to be checked out. This is something you should have on your radar. This is a must play for 2022. Check out the rest of the gameplay, and we'll talk to you more very, very soon. We have a review of RollerDrome coming out very, very soon. Maybe in the next couple of weeks or so, as soon as we get access to the full build of the game. Thank you so much for checking out our video. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, please share it, and we'll see you all very soon.